Wyeth Coulter is remarkable when you consider just how young he was when he came up with a plan to use the things he loved in life, Halloween and pumpkin patches, to combat the things he didn't, like poverty and cruelty. His growing story is tonight's Bay Area Proud. Along this stretch of Lakeview Highway in Sonoma County, among the horse farms and grapevines, you'll find a small patch of what's right with the world. And the 15-year-old who farms it.
This is where we grow a lot of them.
Wyeth Coulter is, truth be told, a city boy. He lives about 40 miles away in San Francisco. But when he was just 8 years old, Wyeth asked his parents if he could grow pumpkins on the land the family owned up here.
There's one right here who's kind of the ugly one of the bunch.
There were two reasons for his request, Wyeth says: a long-held love of fall and a newfound realization that not everyone lived as comfortably as he did.
I was at the moment when you start seeing some of the bad in the world. You start seeing the people out on the street hungry. You start seeing the dogs who have been abused, or you start seeing the kids that don't have the opportunities you have. And you just want to start doing something. You don't understand what's going on quite yet, but what I felt was I just need to help somehow.
The first year, Wyeth grew and sold about $100 worth of pumpkins and gave all of it to charity. The next year, he earned a little more, as he has each following year.
These, all of them right here?
And now,
okay,
let's just say Wyeth's math skills are taxed.
Okay, 110 is your total.
And his charities are grateful.
It's 150, $350, 95, $115 is your total.
Last year, Wyeth raised $18,000 selling pumpkins.
Thank you so much.
This year, he's shooting for 20. And you'd be crazy to bet against him.
It all adds up to $400.
3, 2, 1.
Wyeth says it's about a half year's work to grow, move, then sell the pumpkins, this year numbering about 5,000.
Ready? Over here?
He says payment for his time comes not in money, rather in those 3 moments when he hands over those 3 checks to 3 different charities.
It's just so rewarding. 3 moments for 6 months. And those 3 moments, I would actually give 2 years for.
How great for the rest of us then that this model of generosity has so many miles left on him. Now, Wyeth gives the money to the San Francisco Food Bank, to the SPCA, and to FACES SF, which is an organization that helps low-income children and their families. His first weekend of pumpkin sales, close to $10,000, so almost halfway to his goal. And there's still more selling to go. On my Facebook page and on BayAreaProud.com, I'll put the link I'll put the information as to where and when you can go help out and buy some of his pumpkins.
We got to get more active, people.
I know.
We got to get going
here. We got to do more. Thanks so much, Garvin.
Janelle, we first met Wyeth Coulter and heard his unique story when we featured him in a Bay Area Proud segment 3 years ago. When we heard that this very generous chapter of his life was coming to a close, we wanted to check in with him one more time.
Thank you guys so much for coming by.
Truth be told, this past weekend,
You need any help?
Wyeth Coulter's last weekend selling pumpkins,
$45 is your total.
is one the San Francisco 18-year-old should have sat out.
I'm gonna start a pile for you right over here.
Or at the very least, should have sat down for. What with the stress fracture he got running cross country and all.
Hey there, do you guys need any help?
But just like a runner, Wyeth is determined to cross this finish line, the end to a mission he embarked on when he was just 8 years old.
I was obsessed with Halloween, I think, at the age of 8.
So obsessed, Wyeth says, he began growing pumpkins at that age, then selling them to raise money for charity.
That year we raised $100. So
Wyeth has come a long
where we grow a lot of them.
Long way since then. In 2012, we visited the then 15-year-old when his goal was to raise $20,000.
Oh, really? Thank you so much.
This year,
Thank you. Oh, thanks for the extra donation.
Wyeth ended up taking in more than $35,000 for 3 San Francisco charities. His 11-year total, something like $200,000.
It's weird to think about, like, that amount of money. Like, I mean, you never think about like, oh, that's going to be a giant goal. Like I looking back at my 8-year-old self, I never thought like this is going to be an 11-year thing. But
This sale, though, is Wyeth's last, because this time next year he'll be busy somewhere else.
I got to go to college.
All this work for charity began, Wyeth says, because his 8-year-old self was just beginning to realize there was bad stuff happening in the world. It's ironic then that his number one takeaway after all these years and all these pumpkins is pretty much the opposite.
Honestly, all around, it just helps you see that there's good in the world.
It seems like we've grown up with him.
I know.
Yeah, he's grown up with
Certainly.
us.
So
It was
sweet.
been
What
a
a
great
good
story.
kid.
It was wonderful to catch up with him again, growing from a good kid into a very nice young man. Off to college next year. And so he says, okay, the pumpkin patch part of his life, that may be done, but certainly this has inspired him as he goes forward
sure he's
to
gonna
take
do
on
more.
all sorts
Yeah.
of causes. This was just this chapter in his life, and it was
Yeah.
a great one, and he enjoyed it, but there's more great things to come, I'm sure.
I'm sure he's going to do a lot more charitable things. Thanks, Garvin.
Thank you, Garvin.